From Napoli to the US, we followed the road of pizza to let people know the Neapolitan soul of Italian excellence. Our story starts from a reverse immigration story because our grandfather was in the United States and came back to Italy to get married with two sisters. So this is the story begin. Then we moved to Naples and we have always been here. So our company has a really strict story related to Naples and related to family value. Having a meal in Naples is different than every part of the world because if you see Naples, you have everyday connection with the pizza makers, with the pastry shop, with the pasta makers, with a lot of wonderful artisans. And on the other side, we have a great knowledge in the field of the wheat, in the field of selection of the wheat, in the field of international port, because here we have a port. So the international connection with Naples. So that's why we always say that every meal in Naples is different than every part of the world. Our way to leave the company have always been the idea to spread around the world the culture of the good food and the good product made in Naples. So our idea is to have a great relationship and a great connection with all the our ambassadors, which are pizza makers, pastry makers, pasta makers. The flour, is an ingredient, but if combined, mixed with all the wonderful ingredients we have here in Naples, like the heart, the passion, and the creativity, everything you can imagine our city and our food culture became something magic, something unique, like pizza, like babao, like pastiera. So we put all these things together and we travel with them in the United States. We explain to people which is the difference between a pizza napoletana than all the other kind of pizza. We believe that the chefs and the pizza makers knows today about pizza napoletana, but we believe more that the final customer, the final user, the final eater of pizza have to understand the difference between the Neapolitan pizza, the Neapolitan philosophy of food, than to the others. That's why we really have a strict connection with the New York Pizza Festival, because we try to explain not only to chefs but mostly to people who eat pizza what's the meaning of eating a pizza which is Neapolitana from the origin of the heart of the ingredient. It's a different philosophy, a different taste, and a lighter way to live the life magic world of pizza.
The perfect flour doesn't really exist, but we got the perfect flour for the intended final use. Our milling process is given by a special pattern in which we try not to damage the raw material and try to find out the final target. Is pretty important for us in terms of quality of the product. Is to keep unvariated the ratio quality in between the field and the bag. And this is given by multiple steps of milling and sifting in which to try to apply the low pressure possible to maintain the heat of processes very low in order not to adulterate the product and keep its natural form. Another key point of our process is given even in advance from the raw material supply. Everything starts from this surrounding lab in which we make all kind of analysis and tests both on the wheat and on the final product. We test directly the dough properties, and everything is given by a blend of different wheat varieties that we supply all over the world, but especially in the national territory, on the European community. And we also own our fields in which we grow the Caputo wheat. It's a proper pattern that we had since about 7-8 years, and it gives the perfect characteristics to our flours in terms of aroma, mechanical properties, and of course the taste of Caputo. The Caputo secrets behind each flour is given by a very simple word: is naturalness, genuinity. We don't use any additives, addiction. We don't use any enzymes, any coagulants. Our wheat is of course GMO free. We try to represent our story, our products technically behind the natural world, and it's very important for us to give this also as an expression of flavors and aromas. The perfect flour doesn't really exist. We may say that we have a perfect flour for an intended and final use. So in the case of Neapolitan pizza, we have a standard recipe that needs a certain type of flour that supports a very long and stressful and artisanal process with all its characteristics. So let's say that Caputo found out a very good balance in between gluten network strength and elasticity and good handability and workability of the dough, and also a very good characteristics in terms of advantage of water retention during this very important phase of the artisanal kneading and baking process.
Noi per la pizza fritta è lo stesso impasto della pizza tradizionale margherita marinata, quindi non c'è niente di diverso, cambia soltanto la pezzatura della magnotta che anziché essere 280-290 grammi all'incirca 280 grammi. E cambia ovviamente la lavorazione perché nello stendere la pizza fritta, mettere la pizza al forno noi con le dita ci fermiamo prima del cornicione per consentire poi al cornicione stesso di gonfiarsi con il calore. La pizza fritta si fa il contrario. Si comincia a stendere prima sui bordi e non la si allarga tanto, che poi la andiamo ad allargare quando la chiudiamo e la stendiamo un po'.
Senti, ma come che viene così croccante questa cosa croccantezza?
Ma è la qualità, questa qui dell'impasto è ovviamente direttamente della farina, questa fragranza, morbidezza, resistenza.
Fragranza,
sì.
Perché è croccante fuori, morbida dentro.
Sì, perché noi abbiamo bisogno comunque di un prodotto costante, come dire, affidabile.
A me c'è un gesto che fate quando fate la pizza fritta e mi affascina, quando lo allungate così e poi
sì.
veramente una roba.
Io dico scherzando che la si prende per le orecchie, sai?
È bellissimo.
Eppure quella non è una cosa facile. La farina deve essere, come dire, all'altezza della tradizione e della lavorazione che prevede la tradizione.
La cosa meravigliosa è questa cottura che l'olio non si sente per zero. L'impasto
cottura poi di pochi secondi che ti consente poi di avere una cottura come stiamo vedendo dorata e di far cuocere poi gli ingredienti che andiamo a selezionare all'interno.
Se fossero cotti a vapore.
Quasi a vapore perché poi si crea una camera di vapore. Non a caso quando l'abbiamo usata dalla padella la pizza era, come dire, era più gonfia.
Stupendo.
Questa è poi la famosa pizza di Sofia Loren dell'oro di Napoli, quindi
la pizza classica
la napoletana. Negli ultimi anni sta avendo come dire, ritornata alla ribalta.
Insomma, sono ingredienti che come li combini così escono magici.
Li devi conoscere, sì, saper lavorare e poi rispettare e poi tutto si mangia perché diventa un capolavoro.
Allora, Cin, Solito, hello to all our friends of New York Pizza Festival, and there is on the hand of a great master of pizza can put all together so in a wonderful way that became magic. Ciao from the heart of Napoli.